the gold is still rising and finally has made history right before our eyes and made a final bullish breakout from the long-awaited resistance at 3,500. So now what will happen next with the gold? That's the biggest question. Before we start, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and kindly leave a comment and share the video. It's also very sad to say that my last signal to buy from 3464 has barely been activated, and the gold has reversed just by 15 pips only from my entry and went in over 500 pips in our favor. What a bummer, really. I mean, come on guys, I cannot claim this one. I really don't think so. I mean, actually this morning I actually have made a poll on my Telegram asking my followers if they still took it even though it has reversed earlier. Thankfully, at least 144 followers, they voted for yes, we took it. So I really hope they are enjoying it and benefiting from this signal. Also later on, I sent a notification here informing my followers to avoid taking this signal now because the bullish movement was so strong. So we actually were expecting a crash at this point. So therefore I told them avoid it right now and let's wait for a new signal. That's why I'm telling you, my friends, it's very important to join this channel to stay connected to Xtreme Trader to receive these notifications, which cannot be sent on YouTube. The channel name is Xtreme Gold Signals, and you can just simply find the link in the description below of this video. So now what will gonna happen next with the gold? Actually, by the way, guys, this was actually a good analysis, but a bad signal because for us in Xtreme Trader, we were able to figure the right direction, but the signal hasn't been activated. So I just wanted to say that. What will gonna happen next with the gold? Now let me just go to the daily chart. All right. So let's be clear right now, guys. No one actually really certainly sure how the gold will move right now, because again, this has never happened before. We never actually had this scenario before when the market actually was ranging a lot at this level of a resistance, and we had finally the new all-time high recorded. So let's just analyze how the gold is reacting to this area. So since April, actually, we can see that the gold actually has kept making multiple attempts to break out from this level. So remarkably, the price action is different from the current one. So as you can see here, we had two identical candles, another two identical candles, another one here and another one right here. So each and every time when the gold has entered this zone, it has massively been rejected and we had actually a strong bearish fall. Not this time. The gold right now actually has made a continuation of a calm bullish breakout from this area. As you can see, there is not a single red candle in this area, and that of course indicates a strong, like really strong bullish momentum. But why it's happening? For multiple reasons. Of course, on September, we're expecting the new cuts in the interest rate from Mr. Jerome Powell. I think he will announce it to be applied, I think, by 2026. And of course, the second reason is the recent act from Mr. Trump by firing, what's her name? I think Lisa Cook from the Federal Reserve. So actually, this is actually dangerous and indicates that Trump administration is really right now involving in the central bank. All of that actually making investors worried and keeping gold again as the safest haven for investors. Also adding the global tension that Mr. Putin and Zelensky, they don't seem to be able to meet up soon, and the war is still firing up. So therefore, things are not calming as we have expected. So all of these things combined together has led to this bullish breakout candle, or actually the bullish movement in the gold. So now, what will gonna happen next with the gold? Can we continue buying it? From my point of view, absolutely yes, we can still buy the gold. And by looking at the recent structure that we had right here, right before this bullish movement happened, if we check right now the Fibonacci retracement from this high to this low, as we can see right here, so actually our entry was somehow right here at Fibonacci 161.8. However, the gold most likely will continue the rise till it reach Fibonacci 261.8. Now, why are we using this method? Because simply the gold, guys, is again swimming in the uncharted water. There is absolutely nothing here. We have blank data. Therefore, we absolutely have no support or resistance to rely on, no price action, nothing happened at all. That's why using Fibonacci in this way is going to be the smartest idea in my opinion, and the only way to find the next potential entries. Now, we have decided that our our take profit level, actually our TP, can somehow be determined to be exactly at 3,560. Now let's talk about the entry, because this is the most important part. So again, we have to use our tools and knowledge to find the next entry, guys, because we cannot really, again, use any information here on the left side because it's a blank. So what we will do right now is apply the support trend line right from this level of a support trend line to the support trend line right here to the next support trend line, as you can see, just like that. So right now we have highlighted the strongest 3 key levels of support trend line. Now, remarkably, what we can do right now is simply move and drag the same line that you have just drawn here and just simply place it right on the nearest level of another strong key level of a support trend line that can be seen exactly right there. Let me just show it to you. Exactly. Let me just make sure it's accurate. Exactly. So here is the next support trend line, and actually even if I expand the line, actually we can see that it actually matches with the previous support trend line as well right here. Exactly. So what we have ended up with is a key level of a support trend line number 1, then a fake breakout, then support trend line number 2, number 3, number 4, and then the bearish breakout happened, and then here we have a resistance trend line number 1, number 2, number 3, and a fake breakout. However, now what's going to happen next is actually right now we have here a bullish breakout happened from this area. Now we can actually expect from the gold to respect the same level here of a support trend line, and hopefully it will respect it right here exactly, and from this area it will continue the rise toward our TP. So that being said, let's now head to the 4-hour time frame. Alright, so now the 4-hour time frame, oops, 1 second, what happened? Alright, now as you can see in the 4-hour time frame, check this out. The respecting of the support trend line has already happened, as we can see right here, which means we have to find right now a new entry. So that tells us that the gold most likely will actually not be able to exceed this area. This is not going to be our entry, but we know that for sure most likely the gold will not actually be able to break out from this area and go below of it. Again, why? Because the gold actually for the last I would say for the last 6 months almost has actually kept trying to make a breakout from this level of a resistance. Therefore, I don't think the gold will easily go back below 3,500. Most likely the gold will continue to rise above this area. However, now let's just go to the 1-hour time frame to find our next entry. So by looking at the current structure that we have right here, again, my friends, this is the only structure that we have, so we have to use it right now. So how we can use it? By simply draw here a resistance trend line from this high to this low right here exactly. So right now what we have right here is a resistance trend line number 1, number 2, and a bullish breakout happened. That means that we can actually expect to continue buying the gold exactly right here once it actually retests the broken level of a resistance trend line to create a new support trend line. Now also what we can see right here is actually a broken level of a resistance exactly right there at 3,484. So again, here we have a resistance as well. We have here a fake breakout happened, and then we have here the first attempt of the support. All of them together matching up with our analysis, expecting the gold to continue the fall, and we can consider buying exactly right here. But just to be sure, let's now seek the help of Fibonacci for one more time on the current structure that we have right here. And again, this is the only structure that we have on the current time. So by draw the Fibonacci from this high to this low, as we can see, just like that, to be accurate. Exactly. Let me just be sure I'm accurate. We can notice here actually that the gold is actually matching almost with our entry at Fibonacci 38.2, and that, my friends, is going to be our next entry to buy the gold exactly from 3,486. So let's just wait for the gold to make a pullback for around 280 pips, and then aim around 740 pips with this signal. However, in this case, the safe zone, my friends, shouldn't actually be ranging lower than the previous level of a resistance, lies exactly right here at 3,454, which will be ranging for around 315 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. So actually I had to adjust the signal because while I was writing it, the gold kept rising, and I actually have noticed something here, that I cannot really buy the gold exactly right here. I will explain why. Because as you can see right now, still on the 1 hour time frame, we have here a resistance trend line number 1, number 2, which actually right here after the bullish breakout happened has become one attempt of a support trend line, and right here we have another fake breakout. So this is actually one of the good setups, is to look for the real level of a support trend line wait for the fake breakout to happen, and buy the gold exactly right on the same level of the real support trend line. Also, 3486 looks actually more promising. Why? Because if we check again the Fibonacci, check this out. So it actually matches exactly with Fibonacci 61.8, and that is actually a better entry than waiting it to reach 38.2. So there is a chance that we might actually miss the signal. Therefore, let's choose the best option and buy exactly at Fibonacci 61.8 if the retest will ever gonna be happened, and hopefully the support trend line right here is gonna be respected. That being said, our safe zone will be ranging again for around 320 pips against actually the safe zone is actually way too big. Let me just lower it also, because we have changed the signal, right? So therefore we actually have to adjust the entry to be at 3494 this time. Sorry guys, 3494. Oh my god, I hope you guys wrote the right number, because I know some of you will just look at the number and they just gonna take it without watching the video. So anyway guys, that's gonna be hopefully our new signal for the gold. We will actually be aiming around 667 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging for around 276 pips. And in the end again, please don't forget to join our free channel of Telegram to stay connected to Xtreme Trader to receive any updates about these signals that you are receiving on YouTube. The channel name is Xtreme Gold Signals, and you can just simply find the link in the description below this video. Again, my friends, remember, please, gold nowadays is going into the, I don't want to say that word. I mean, gold is really going in the unknown. So please, my friends, be careful and wise. No one at all knows how the gold will be moving soon. So we are just doing the best we can. This analysis, just like any other analysis in the world, might fail. So please be careful and wise, and make sure that you are trading carefully and with full caution, and also make sure that your stop loss is an amount that you can actually afford to lose. Hopefully it's going to be a good one still. Until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.